Yep. We are right back. We are women making money, and on our financial journey to abundance, we're looking at tackling debt today. Our guest today to help us with that is a financial coach with United Financial Freedom. She's on a mission to empower women to take control of their finances by turning debt into wealth. I love that. Let's make welcome the very lovely Kathy Scalzo. Did I get that right?
You did. Perfect.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for joining us today,
Well,
Kathy.
thank you for having me, Martha.
Absolutely. So, we as women, this journey to financial freedom, to abundance, to just make more money, right? There are lots of things that we have to do, various things. And one of the things is being able to tackle our debt, handle our debt situation. So, I'm just gonna ask you, in your opinion, is debt a bad thing? What is it? What is good debt? What is bad debt?
Yeah, debt can actually be a very good thing if it is good debt because you can have debt to leverage to increase your income even more. Like you can leverage a cash value life insurance, for example, to make an investment, and then your money will actually be staying in the policy while you're using the insurance company's money for your investment. So you're earning uninterrupted compounding interest at the same time as you're earning money in your investment. So in that case, debt is a very good thing. Of course, there is bad debt if you are just running up your credit cards, just living your life in using plastic and not paying cash for anything. Then that could be a very bad thing, in which a lot of people tend to get underwater very quickly like that. I mean, I was in that position myself. So I was actually a nurse, making pretty good money as a nurse, but yet I still had a lot of credit card debt. So I think that debt can be bad and it can be good at the same time, depending on how you're using it.
Depending on how you're using it. So your suggestion is, I mean, don't say, because some people say, oh, I don't want to have any debt at all. You know what I mean? That, oh, no. So what
Yes.
you're saying that we can have debt, but it's just to be able to leverage the debt and use the debt wisely to bring something in as opposed to just paying out plastic, as you said.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know you have a debt-free program. Why don't you just share with us what that is all about? Maybe that will put us in the line of understanding a bit more of what you're talking about and how debt can be used to advance us.
Well, this program is kind of like a financial GPS. It puts you in the right direction. Just like when you're driving a car, the best way to get there is using your GPS.
Okay.
We used to have to use like a map, a paper map, and we could get there using a paper map. But if there's like a roadblock or something, and we have to make an alteration in where we're going, it's going to be very difficult just using a map. But if we use a GPS, it's going to recalculate
Right. It's just
every step of the way. When we make a wrong turn, it's going to recalculate and get us back in the right direction. So that's the same way that this debt program works. It takes all of your expenses and your income and it puts it in this system that tells you exactly what to do at every given time. It tells you when to transfer money from your checking to your savings or to your credit card or your line of credit. And it's not about spending extra payments towards your debt. It doesn't change your lifestyle or your budget in any way. It just tells you exactly the steps to take at each individual time to get that debt paid off as quickly as possible. So you can even get a brand new mortgage paid off in as little as 7 to 10 years without making extra payments.
okay. Wait, let's before we get to the whole getting the mortgage paid off. But talk to me about this. So this is like a financial GPS. You're saying. I love the example you gave. Instead of having a map, but the GPS actually, in case you make the wrong turning, it reroutes you and tells you, okay, make the next turn. Trying to get
Yes.
you to that destination, right? Okay, whatever the
Exactly.
destination is. So that's what this program does. It has some kind of check for you, your financial expenses, and it tells you, okay, you're going the wrong turn here. This is where you need to, go back. It just does that for you, it routes you, it helps you. I mean, could you just break that down a little bit more? Because it's in my mind, but
Yeah, it's very difficult to explain. So we do have videos that I can
Okay,
send to
okay.
people to help them get
Right.
a better understanding of how the system works. But we basically take all your expenses and all your debts. We put in all your interest rates and your minimum payments into the program, and then the program will tell you which debts to pay off first to make most efficient use of that money. It will tell you when to transfer from your checking to your savings, because the interest rate is different depending on what kind of debt it is. Like credit card interest is charged a lot different than the interest on your home would be. So it just
All right. So basically, what this does is like it crunches the numbers for you and just keeps you informed on what's going on in your life so you can keep living your life. But, you have a machine working for you.
right.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, and it's not like debt consolidation or debt snowball where, you have to eat rice and beans or anything to get your debt paid off.
Rice and
It'll
beans is not bad, you know.
Yes, that's true. But you still get to have your options.
Right.
So, and then if there's something that you want to buy, say maybe you want to buy a car, you can project what it's going to look like to buy that car, like how much longer it's going to take you to get out of debt completely if you were to buy a car. So maybe you can decide if that's really the best decision for you or
Right.
not. But it doesn't say, oh, no, don't do that.
Right.
It just makes you
Like some
make
kind
an informed decision.
Right, I love that informed decision, and that's what we need to have as women, because sometimes we just make uninformed decisions, unconscious decisions. We whatever just comes our way. Okay, what's the next thing? Let's keep moving. But being able to actually take charge of your life by making conscious financial decisions, I think that's a step in the right direction. And what's the name of this program?
It's called the Money Max account.
The Money Max account. Okay. All right. Now I know you were talking about getting mortgages paid from 30 years to 7 years. Now tell me about that magic.
Yeah, it seems like magic, but it's really just math because the system uses
Ma-
algorithms.
Magical math.
Yep. I mean, if I knew exactly how the system worked, I could just, tell you how to do it without the system. But it's, the program is, they spent millions of dollars on this program
Right,
to be
right.
able to crunch the numbers to make it work most effective for the client to get that mortgage paid off as quickly as possible without even changing their budget or their lifestyle.
Wow. So you could have entered into an agreement where it's a 30-year mortgage, but with this Money Max program, you're saying that it changes to 7 years or
As little as 7 to 10 years. Yes. Hmm.
wow. So is there any can anyone be a part of this program? I mean, does it take a particular requirement before you can access? I mean, what are the requirements?
The
Is it
only
open to everyone?
requirement really for it to work is for you to actually be bringing in more income than you're spending. Like even if it's only like $50 more, your debts can't be more than your income. So as long as you're
So as long as you have an income that supersedes what it is that is going out, you're fine.
Yep, it can definitely work for you.
Okay.
Like I personally had $98,000 of debt. I put into the system that all I had was $140 of discretionary income. So it's according to the bank, it's going to take me 18.3 years to get my debt paid off. But using the system, I'll be debt free in 9 years.
Wow, wow. So it just checks and balances things out for you. That's really nice. It's nice to have some kind of invincible accountability partner. I think I
Yes.
could use that term for that. But that's really interesting. What got you to doing this kind of work? I mean, I know you said you're passionate about, empowering women, but just tell us what motivates you. What is it that keeps you going and how you found yourself doing this? If this was something personal that happened, or just share with us, because we have women who are listening and every information helps. It might be something you don't even think that, this will resonate. But yeah, like we we're talking in the earlier section, owning our fullness and being able to just spill out from what it is that we have, recognizing the values and what it is, the uniqueness of our various lives, and being able to just share from that cup. So please share with us.
Well, it started with me being a nurse for 20 years, taking care of mommies and babies in the hospital. And after 20 years, I just was burnt out of that. Working night shifts was too much. And a friend of mine suggested that I look into financial services since I already help people. It's just a different way of helping people. So I didn't really think that I could actually do that because all I know is nursing. But I did actually, attend a meeting with her to learn more about what it is. And like, this really is a great way to help people. And just through the process, I've learned so many different things. And I just recently, 2 years ago, learned about this program to help people, turn their debt into wealth. And, I was, like I said, I was, in debt as a nurse, and I was diligently saving in my 403B. So I had all this money set aside for retirement, yet I was still in debt. So with this program, we can show you how you can actually build your wealth and get out of debt at the same time using the same dollars.
Using the same dollars. I love that. And what I also love the fact that you said just from nursing to financial coaching, it's a different way of helping people because it really is still helping people, but just with numbers, I guess, this time.
With financial health.
Yes,
instead of
financial
physical
health. And that is a crucial part of our lives. It's easy to say, oh, we're aware of our physical health, emotional, even sometimes even mental, but our financial health, we let just run dry, and we're not aware of it until we're burnt out, or probably we are over spent in bills and have debt that is just draining us down. So can you just speak on that a little bit? And how can we avoid, getting burnt out, taking care of our financial health? Any health tip at all, financial health tip you can just give someone listening out there who's just wondering or probably is already stuck in it. What can we do?
Well, what I find is that many people are embarrassed. They don't want to talk about money. It's kind of taboo, and people
especially women.
Yes, people tend to be ashamed of this position that they've put themselves in. But really, actually, 74% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. So even people that are making more money actually probably have less money left over at the end of the month than the people that are, have a smaller income.
Right.
So
more expenses, I guess.
Exactly.
You know?
It's actually called Parkinson's law. Like the more money you make, the more money you tend to spend.
Out. Right, right.
Yeah, and then when people that make more money, they tend to want to, be flashy, and so then they have to, incur more debt. So it's just nothing to be embarrassed about, because if you're in debt, you're definitely not alone. Don't be embarrassed about asking for help, because you're not the only one that's in this position, and there is help out there. So I would love to help empower women to, make a change, not only for their own lives, because they can, their lives will be better without all this extra stress, but then they can change the future for the future generations and not have all these money problems that we have, like just letting the banks be the ones making all the money.
And that's so true about women, because there's so much a woman can offer, but sometimes she's inhibited. Sometimes she's just shut up because she's not financially empowered, because money is power. And you find yourself all the ideas and things you really want to do, but when you think, I don't have the money, and where do I even start? Or, it could be different angles. You could be even in a situation that you don't like and you can't get out because you don't have the money. You know what I mean? So
Right.
being financially empowered is very crucial, especially as women. And like you said, being embarrassed is nothing to be embarrassed about.
Exactly.
The best of us, we've all been through it, but it's being able to not just stay there, but being able to lift your head up and say, I need help. How can I get help? And
Right.
so how can you be reached? If someone is listening and like, okay, like there's a cry for help now, how can you be reached?
Well, you can go to the website, debt2wealthstrategies.net. It's debt, the number 2, strategies.net for more information, and you can book an appointment to get a free savings analysis there. Or you can just text me if you like at 661-510-5237, 661-510-5237. Just say you'd like more information, and we can have a quick chat and find out what your goals are, and we can maybe schedule a time for a free savings analysis with no obligation.
Oh, that sounds perfect. You sound like you really enjoy what you do, Kathy. How do you relax? How do you take time off to, energize yourself, to unwind and refill your cup and keep moving forward? What do you do?
Well, my favorite thing to do is yoga and meditation and walking. It's like I do have a problem with self discipline, but my goal is to wake up at least by 6 a.m. and have a power hour. So I like to start with 20 minutes of exercise, 20 minutes of reading, and 20 minutes of meditation.
I feel the calmness about you, that yoga thing. So I feel a very calm spirit. But thank you so much for making our time to share with us from the abundance of your heart and the things that you do, and just being that you are passionate about empowering women. I think that's a beautiful thing to just know that there are women out there who want to see other women thrive, who want to see other women be the best that they can, and are willing to help them. So thank you so much for doing that and being part of the show today.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Well, it's Money with Martha. I am Money Making Martha. I want to say thank you so much for each and every one of you listening, as always, being a part of this show. It gladdens my heart to know that you have picked one thing or the other in any way. Feel free to send a text, a message, our YouTube channel, a brand new YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your subscription. It has amazed me. But just keep subscribing, keep listening, keep liking. It's at Women Making Money, one word, at Women Making Money. And remember, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. The world needs you. So go forth and shine. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.